Hey guys, thank you very much for tuning in to another video. I'm your host, RiderPride639, and tonight we've got a super fun one here for you with an absolutely crazy twist ending, so you guys are going to want to make sure that you watch this video all the way to the very, very end. Don't forget, guys, to make sure that you do like the video and hit the subscribe button as well. We want to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year, so if you guys can show the sub button some love, that would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget, you can also follow me over on Twitter to see everything that happens with me in my life and with the community at RiderPride639. Plus, if you also want to catch these gameplays when they happen live, you can catch me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/RiderPride639, where I go live 3 days a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I will also be showing my loadout that I used in this gameplay at the end of the game. So if you guys want to take some notes on what I used there, you guys are more than welcome to do that. You guys are also welcome to join my Discord community. You can join the RiderPride639 Discord community and join up with some like-minded players. All those links you're going to find right down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the gameplay. All right, here we go. We are dropping into Verdansk. I do apologize if the quality is a little bit lower here, but here we go. So my initial thought here is the flight path isn't all that great, so you know what? We're just going to go ahead, we're going to drop in hot, we're going to go ahead and drop Superstore, and then we're going to see how it goes. So we picked out a scavenger contract. We're just going to go ahead and watch how everything pans out here. So here we go, we drop, we're about 700 meters out. We're going to take one quick parachute hop. I do think that we actually take another here. So this so Superstore is always a great spot to drop, especially if you are a more advanced player. If you're very, very confident in your gunplay to get kills, things like that, it is a great spot to land. So we start off right away getting ourselves an Uzi with a VLK. Quickly swap out. No, actually, I don't swap it out in this place here. But I do go ahead and grab the Kilo instead. The Kilo is just such a good gun, especially for ground loot. Plus, this is part of the loadouts that we end up getting a little bit later on in the game. So we hear somebody die behind, but I hear footsteps. And voila, easy, easy kill. Unfortunately, I didn't find any armor. I immediately got shreked a couple of seconds later, so here we are in the ghoulie. So we're just listening for him. So there we see him there. We know he's coming around this side. And there's the deathcom. Make sure you guys watch for those deathcom videos as well. I got plenty of those that'll be coming up here. All right, so we get back in. We're going to go ahead and drop into a scav over on Quarry. So we go ahead and grab that. So we hear that notification that somebody's coming in and immediately hear footsteps. So what do? Absolutely destroyed this guy's hopes and dreams. Didn't even fire a shot. So we're moving out of Quarry. We finish our scav. We got tons of money, and we hear footsteps again, but we've also got dead silence. So here, this guy has no idea that we're coming after him. And just to add insult to injury, we go ahead and get the finishing move. That hyena, by the way, is available on the COD store, as is this skin, as well as the Kilo skin and green tracers are all part of the same pack for Mara. So if you guys are curious where to get that, I believe it's called the No Place Like Home pack. So yeah, so I get my marker, and all of a sudden I realize, oh crap, there's a guy here. And he starts lasering into me. I almost get absolutely destroyed there. So I take a quick heal. But the other thing this guy doesn't realize is I've got stopping power loaded into this Bison. So as soon as he jumps over, absolute destruction. So he doesn't fire a shot to defend himself with. I pick up an easy kill in that regards, and it's time for me to get my loadout. So this is where the Kilo MP5 loadout now comes into play. So we got ourselves loaded up pretty good, but our free loadout job is actually right there. So after taking a quick look around, I find that this is also a really, really good opportunity for me to go and pick out my ghost loadout on top of that. So not only do I get my main guns, now I can also pick up my ghost perks, which includes amped, and I am pretty much set for the rest of the match, assuming I don't die. So we're approaching apartment buildings here. I've got about almost 15,000 in cash, just checking the buildings here. And then all of a sudden, I get shot from behind. I was going to go hit that buy station, but this guy kind of shoots me in the back, so I have to weave and dodge a little bit to get out of his path. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the high ground here and see if we can't figure out what this guy is doing. So there, we see him in the window there. And then we notice, I pulled back because I noticed that there's a guy running in behind the house. So it looks like he's going to try and maybe do some work for me. So I put a couple of shots into him just to get his, keep him busy for a little bit while the other guy comes in and hopefully hits the kill. Another guy I find comes in and starts shooting me in the back. He throws a grenade somewhere for some reason. I'm not too sure why. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go hop up to the high ground here. And then we're going to see if we can try and get a better position on these guys. Now, this particular building comes into play a lot. So we notice there's a vehicle there. He's coming around, and he gets out. We can hear him running, but we can't see him, unfortunately. But there's another player that ends up shooting me in the back yet again. So I immediately duck out of the way and get some cover, take a quick heal, and we try planning our next move from there. So like I said, this particular building gets pretty spicy here pretty quickly. So I end up spending a lot of time on this building, but in a few moments here, you are going to see why. So I'm just checking around, making sure I cover all my bases, and then that's when I pick up the heartbeat. So I notice that the guy is in the building. I'm not entirely sure where yet because I can't really hear him. So I figure, you know what, I'm going to play it safe. We're going to play it cautious. We're going to wait for him to do what he needs to do. So I make a note of that truck that's up top there, but I find that he ends up going away. So I don't end up having to worry about that one. And you can just start hearing that player starting to come up the steps. And then you can also hear the Juggernaut starting to lay into some players. So you can hear him just coming up the stairs. I'm in a pretty good spot because the door opens towards me, so he's not going to be able to immediately jump around the corner and see me. So I immediately just absolutely shred this guy with the MP5. Great, great gun, up close, unpersonal, does the job very, very effectively. So I quickly grab his stuff, close the door again, and then I start checking around. So this particular gameplay up here does take a little bit while here, so this will be a great spot to remind you guys, make sure that you do drop a like on the video, drop a comment down below, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well. Would very much appreciate it if you do. We are hoping to get ourselves up to 100 subscribers on the channel. And you know what, let's see if we can even get this video up to 100 likes. That would be a fantastic goal to set. So back to the action here. So here I am just checking all the different areas here. I'm moving around back and forth to make sure that I'm not an easy target to get sniped. If I stand still, and there's a sniper around, it's a very, very easy way, very, very easy way for me to basically get my head shot off by a sniper. So I check back that house where that one guy was shooting me at before, don't see him. So here we see the Juggernaut. So he starts shooting me immediately, and I figure, okay, no, I gotta get down. As soon as he starts shooting me, get down, take cover, because that gun will destroy you in a hurry. Now, I heard that there's shots coming from this house beside me. Now, I was in the hopes that, okay, you know what, if this guy's probably not going to shoot me because he probably wants to deal with the Juggernaut more than he wants to deal with me.
Requesting recon.
So I quickly get myself a UAV, pop it. Okay, now, like I said, there's the guy in the house beside, but I'm not in a position that I can fight him very, very easily, so I take a look to make sure he's not in the window. But I do notice that there is the guy on top of the building after I had already vacated it, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go take our spot back here.
Actual, I need recon of the area. Over.
So now this guy's still sitting in the corner over there. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So I can come out of here and make a fairly easy advance. So I already cracked his armor, so he's in a bad spot now. I've got the health advantage. I see him pop over my left, but I wasn't ready to ADS, so I quickly duck out of the way. So now he's out of throwables. Tries to hide behind his shield turret for cover. Gets absolutely destroyed. So I've got myself a full slate of armor, a full slate of health. And I hear somebody again. So like I said, this building gets pretty spicy. Especially when the circle's closing and there's a Juggernaut nearby and everybody wants to get a piece of that Juggy. So the guy that was in the house down below starts putting shots in somewhere. I'm not exactly sure if he was trying to snipe the Jug at long range. I know it's that truck again, but he's not even coming close to the building, so I'm not too worried about him. So now this is the part where, this is where patience pays off, because I know I heard footsteps down below in the stairwell. So at this stage, I know he's probably very close to the top. He's ghosted, so I'm not going to be able to pick him up on heartbeat. But I'm ghosted as well, so he might not necessarily be sure that I'm still up here. But we're just going to go ahead and wait him out, because I know players can be impatient. And as you heard, there's the door. And here he is. He was backing out thinking I might have been over on the other side, but unfortunately for him, he guessed wrong. So now I know that now that we've dealt with that player, we've got this player to deal with here too. So I've got him on heartbeat, so I know for sure he's still in there. Plus the glass breaking probably would have been a pretty good indicator that he was there. So I'm just hovering over these windows to see if he changes his position. So I'm not going to make too much noise. I'm not going to let him know that I'm there watching him. Just checking the other side there as well to see if anybody was running in. And then lo and behold, after I just double check my heartbeat, make sure he's still there. And there he is. He comes out, crack his armor. Now, a lot of super aggressive players would probably jump down and try and push that. But I figure, okay, you know what? It's going to take me a couple of seconds to try and parachute down to him. That's more than enough time for him to get into a defensible position where he can take me out. So he tries to peek the window again to see where I'm at. Gets absolutely shreked from above. Doesn't even fire a shot. Easy kill. So here's probably a good spot where I just top down and I figure this is probably as good a time as any. Grab some ammo. Grab some cash. And let's go ahead and get refilled on stuff. So we grab ourselves a UAV.
Recon's online.
So we know we got one guy that's coming up behind. Another guy already back on top of the building. Or not quite on top of the building. He's actually on the outside of the building. So he hasn't actually gone into the building yet. And once again, for some reason, after I slowly open the door, as soon as you start sprinting, it just slams open the door. Why that is, I have no idea. Turns out to not be a big issue anyway, so from here that I noticed that as I'm going up, the guy has not actually come up yet. So I don't know if he's trying to make a play on the building, but I do pick him up on heartbeat. And I do start hearing his footsteps. So once again, we get ourselves into a good position. So he's right underneath me. Now, my initial thought was I was going to hop up on the ledge and kind of take a look down, see if I can destroy him from above. And then I check again, and he's not there. So I'm like, okay, where did he go? Then I see, okay, 18.5 meters over to my right. He's inside the building. So I hear him coming up. He's making a rush for it, and I get a little bit of fortune here in that this guy comes up and flies in from the gouge. So he's got his attention. Now, unfortunately, for some reason here, my gun switched weapons, and I don't know why, so now I'm technically at a disadvantage, although we were both kind of about the same health line. So I back off. I end up getting bountied, which kind of puts me at a little bit of a disadvantage. So I figure, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go back down. I'm gonna reset myself and see if I can't put myself into a better position on the other side. So he ends up throwing a what I'm assuming is a stun or a flash grenade down the stairwell on that side. Obviously doesn't hit, so he's gonna try and take himself a defensible position. And this is where I'm going to come up on the opposite side. And I figure, okay, this is a good spot here. So I hear gunfire up there. So he was fighting somebody. I ended up downing him. Unfortunately, I think all of my cluster shots miss after that. Unfortunately, I have to wait for that last cluster to drop. And then I gotta see where this guy is. So he's right ahead of me. Oh, that COD timing. He starts putting shots into me as soon as I looked away. But fortunately for me, his shots weren't all that great, so I'm able to get that kill easily enough. The Juggernaut starts getting a little spicy, doing stuff. Yeah, as you can see on the ground, he was shooting me with a custom SA-87, so he was getting pretty brave. Try putting some shots into the jug, take a few hits, but that's about it. All right. So I've noticed I've still got a bit of money. If there's any buy stations, I should probably take a buy station. I hear the gas coming in and I figure, okay, crap, I gotta get moving. Let's go ahead and use this parachute side strat wherever you guys can. It doesn't make your parachute move faster, but it does allow you to move farther. So ahead I see a truck and a guy running on foot. Absolutely destroy this guy. He has no idea what's going on. So he gets down easily from the kilo, and then as he's self-reviving, I come in and finish him off with the MP5. So I catch a reload on both guns, and I'm watching myself very, very carefully. I notice this guy's just running around in a truck. He's probably looking for people to run over, looking for people to engage in fights with. So I'm not going to give him the opportunity to do so. I'm just going to let him do his thing, because I also noticed the Jug is coming up here too. So if I engage this truck with the Juggernaut there, that Juggernaut's going to get 2 free kills on both of us. As you can tell there. So what this Juggernaut is doing is he's riding a quad, and what he ends up doing is he is basically hopping on the back of the quad, switching seats to make his shots. Alright, so this guy, yeah. So, the bounty, yeah, so the guy that was my bounty, that was the guy in the truck, by the way, that's why I was 3 threat. So I try to airstrike this Juggernaut. Now, I missed the first one, and I say the first one because you'll see why here in a couple of moments. And here, this is another part where I get super, super lucky. And you'll see what I mean here in a sec. I start going back that way, I figure, okay, no, there's no point going back that way, let's go to this side here. I immediately get absolutely destroyed at range by some guy who, for whatever reason, doesn't go for the clean. So I self-revive. I catch my heal to full, and the guy's nowhere to be found. So why he didn't come clean me, I really have no idea. But I also noticed that this Jug is still off to my left, and this is where things get funny. And there he goes. How to kill a Juggernaut in 1 easy step, guys. So the Juggernaut gets absolutely ripped apart by the airstrike. So only 3 players remaining. And this is where we're coming into the end of the game here. So like I said, this epic gameplay is about to get just as spicy at the end here. So I waited out a couple of circles. I'm not making too much noise. I'm not trying to give away my position because I want to be able to try and get the advantage on both of these players if possible. So I'm moving around very, very slowly, very, very cautiously. Then I hear the footsteps. So I hear the person coughing, which means they're coming up right behind me. And then for some reason my gas mask bugged a bit there. And I thought I had this guy beat, but unfortunately he had an origin which absolutely destroyed me at distance. So really, really unfortunate. I was really, really sad that I didn't get the win there. So here is where we get into the actual loadout itself. So the Kilo MP5 here, guys. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the perks. So for the initial start off here, I start off with E.O.D. because I hate explosives. I hate Thermite, and I hate fire damage from shotguns. Overkill being the second perk, that's obviously so that way you can get both your primaries right off the hop. And I did something a little different. I started off with Battle Hardened in this one here to make myself immune to snapshots, but to also reduce the effectiveness of stuns and flashes. So for throwables, I've got the Thermite grenade here. It's a very, very fast throwing throwable, as it were, and the heartbeat sensor in order to detect my enemies. So let's take a look at the Homecoming Kilo. So here we go. We got the Monolithic Suppressor, the Singuard arms, 19.8-inch Prowler barrel, the VLK 3.0 Optic, the Commando Foregrip, and 60-round mags. The VLK Optic does give you a buff to both recoil control and recoil stabilization, so just keep that as a heads up when you're checking out your optics as well. The Monolithic Suppressor, obviously for suppression, and then over to the MP5 where we've got the Monolithic Integral Suppressor, the 5 milliwatt laser, and Merc Foregrip for hip fire accuracy, although I didn't really use it all that much this time around, the 45 round mags, and Sleight of Hand for the faster reload speed. So yeah, this is a great secondary weapon to have in your back pocket. It's very, very fast, it's light, it's accurate, and it absolutely shreds at close distances. So to pair that off with as the second loadout, I do have a loadout called AR SMG Ghost. So here's what I do with this one here. I just have a basic gun with one attachment removed in place of fully loaded. And the reason why I go with fully loaded here is because of ammo reserves. So when you pick up a gun with fully loaded, it's automatically going to fill up your ammo reserves for the assault rifle. And then here I have a pistol. Again, same thing with fully loaded because pistols and SMGs share an ammo pool. Fully loaded will refill your SMG ammo as well as your pistol ammo. So that's what I go with there. Other than that, a couple of changes. I do swap Overkill for Ghost because I've already got my 2 primary weapons. I no longer need Overkill. Now we go for Ghost to make ourselves removed from those particular items there. So that's exactly what you see, and you also see amped on that third perk as well for the faster weapon swap speed. So that's exactly what you see there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let's go ahead and get to the next part. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you guys had some fun watching this one, and I hope you guys were about as surprised at the twist ending as I was. My heart was beating out of my chest. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the win. It is what it is, but we'll try them again next time. And I hope you guys find some good use for the loadout, and I hope that loadout gives you some wins in the Warzone as well. Don't forget to like the video, though. Drop a comment below. Tell me what your favorite part was, and don't forget to subscribe as well. I still want to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year, so I'd absolutely appreciate it if you drop the video a sub, and spread the good word as well. Tell your friends, tell your family, drop the channel link in your socials as well. Help spread the good word. Don't forget as well, if you guys wanted to catch all this gameplay when it happens live, you can follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/RiderPride639, where I stream 3 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So follow me over there. You can also follow me over on my Twitter at RiderPride639. I do post a lot of the goings on with my streams and my social life and things like that over there. So make sure you guys follow me on that as well. So hopefully you guys had about as much fun as I did. Hopefully we'll get a win next time with this loadout. Make sure you keep an eye out. There will be more videos coming in the next weeks, hopefully with a mix of both Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War, and we'll see what kinds of stuff we can come up with. So until next time, guys, take care.